sound like a cut somewhere in the head.
Some basketball players break records, others break the law. When fame, fortune, and bad decisions collide, even the brightest basketball stars can end up in the backseat of a patrol car. Today we're diving into two shocking incidents that prove being a pro athlete doesn't make you untouchable. In both cases, the players' off-court actions led to chaos, conflict, a pair of steel handcuffs, or something even worse that they couldn't outrun. Alright, so it's September 16th, 2024, in Reston, Virginia, and a Fairfax County officer gets sent out for a welfare check. These are usually low stress, right? Knock on the door, check in, write some notes. Done. Except this time, the person inside is Sydney Wilson, a former Georgetown women's basketball player. Sydney was a star athlete back in the day, but now, something's clearly wrong. A mental health professional had called this in, saying Sydney was agitated and unstable. So the officer knocks, thinking this will be quick.
Hi man, I'm Officer Liu.
Sydney opens the door, then slams it shut. Weird, but not a crime. So the officer knocks again, and this time, Sydney swings the door open, holding a knife. Before the officer even has time to process that, she lunges, no talking, no hesitation, just straight into his face with the blade.
How are you?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Hey, back up!
Oh,
No!
yeah! Oh, yeah!
Back up, back up.
Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah!
Hey man, I got nothing to do. Please back up.
Oh, yeah!
Back up!
Oh, yeah.
Back up!
Now the officer backs up fast, yelling at Sydney and telling her to back up. But Sydney's not backing up. She's coming forward, knife in hand, like she's in some kind of trance. The hallway is narrow, there's nowhere to go, and the officer is bleeding already. That quick slash caught him across the forehead, and blood starting to drip down.
Oh, yeah!
Back up!
Oh, yeah.
Back up! Back up! Back up! Single one. Shots fired.
That's when the officer pulls his gun and fires. One shot, then another, and another. Sydney drops.
What is your location?
322, apartment 322, 11830, Sunrise Valley. Start medic, please. The suspect's down. I need medical too.
Units are out, step it up, and fire department is en route.
Immediately, the officer's voice jumps an octave as he grabs his radio to communicate with his colleagues. You can hear the panic and the adrenaline clashing at the same time. He's trying to stay professional, but he's also just been attacked with a knife. So yeah, the stress is real. He shouts his location over the radio, still trying to catch his breath. He's calling for medics for Sydney and for himself.
531 Bravo, I need med kit, please.
They're in on.
Can you get the ambulance and other officer to come here? They en route, just make sure they come in the right directions. I already called, just make sure they come up on the right elevator.
Backup rolls in, and now the scene's just pure chaos. One officer asks him if he's okay. The officer wipes some blood away and says he thinks he got cut in the head. It's not a scratch. It's a deep slash, and the blood's flowing. While they're digging through the medkit, they're also trying to secure the scene and figure out if Sydney's still breathing.
Are you okay?
I'm just lightheaded.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Okay.
Do you have any other injuries?
I don't know.
I don't have any other gloves.
Get rescue in here. And CB41 have fire inside.
Direct.
Take care of him. Take care of him. I got it.
Okay. Pete, do you have any injuries on you other than your face?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Was that the knife she had?
Yeah.
Okay. Once again, you're not cut anywhere. Where is she shot?
Multiple times. Upper torso.
Upper torso.
I might shot her in the head. I'm not sure.
Good job. Go ahead.
You hit?
I still like a cut somewhere in the head.
You good?
Yeah.
You okay?
I just might hit it.
Okay. Do you have an injury to your head?
I think she cut me in the head.
I'm sorry?
I think she cut me in the head.
She cut you in the head?
Yeah.
Okay.
More officers swarm in, and now it's all about damage control. Another officer asks if he has any other injuries. The officer's still in shock, mumbles. There's this brief moment where you can tell, even though he's trained for stuff like this, he can't quite believe it just happened. One minute, he's knocking on a door. Next minute, he's got a knife wound, a dead body in front of him, and a hallway full of blood.
Take a breath. Rescue over here in just a second, okay?
Sydney's still lying there. Medics working on her, but it's too late. The officer's leaning against the wall, still bleeding, still processing. The medics start treating the officer directly now, checking his head wound and asking questions, making sure he can still focus. That's when you realize it could have been so much worse. 1 inch lower, and this would have been an officer down call instead of a suspect down call.
Are you okay? Can you breathe?
Yeah, I can breathe.
Where were you stabbed?
I sense in the head.
In the head? Okay. This one here, sir? Yeah. Where at?
So, no, the orange bag.
Orange back. Tan looking things?
Yep.
That's on your forehead?
Alright. Once we go to do a pulse check,
Tan,
once we do that, we're moving her into the hallway, okay? Yes?
Yes.
Alright, so how many total? Good feet. Alright. Let's pause and do a rhythm check. Alright, someone clear.
I'm good.
Okay.
Back on the chest.
Did your hand hurt too?
No.
No? Okay.
So, right now, I'm seeing buddy, grab the cut coming down your forehead.
And then comes the reality check. Once the dust settles, they start bagging evidence, including the knife Sydney used. The officer's face is still dripping as they start talking about what happens next. Reports, statements, investigations. It's that post-shooting haze where your body's still vibrating from the adrenaline dump, and your brain's replaying everything on a loop.
I'm going to deal with your eyebrow here in a second once I get a little fluid right next to the bottom, all right?
We're gonna move. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay.
Down. And
I'll get it
stop.
right now. It's a couple hours away. You got it?
Hello, kid. There's a bunch of golfs right there at your feet.
Somebody have your gloves come up before. I need somebody to cut that.
Finally, Sydney is pronounced dead at the scene. The officer's injuries are non-life-threatening, but the mental scars, those are another story. Because think about it, this wasn't a raid. This wasn't a high-risk warrant. This was supposed to be a welfare check, the type of call cops do every single day without incident. But instead, it turned into a life-or-death knife fight in a cramped hallway, and the only reason the officer is walking away is because his training kicked in, faster than his fear. Alright, the next one takes us to Los Angeles, where NBA player Jackson Hayes, center for the New Orleans Pelicans, ends up having the worst night of his career, and it has nothing to do with basketball. It's July 28th, 2021, and the LAPD rolls up to Hayes' house after a domestic disturbance call. That's already a bad start, but the way Jackson handles it, that's where everything falls apart.
We'll call back with our vehicle.
I'm going. Are you Jackson? Are you Jackson?
Yeah, what's up?
What's going on between you and your girl?
I always have a little argument. She was throwing some stuff at me. Clean it up.
Is she inside?
Who's in the house?
Yeah, my cousin Philip and
How many people are in the house?
How
you doing?
us three.
Just the three of you?
Yeah, she got pissed and me and him were sitting there cleaning
Everything's
up all
settled.
the
It's good.
Body cam kicks in, and you can already feel the awkwardness. There's music blasting, and Jackson's out front, trying to smooth talk the cops.
We have to talk to her.
Did the talk
Do you...
to Do you mind asking?
You guys stay out here, please.
Who called you guys?
What's that?
Who called you guys?
The officers tell Jackson they need to talk to the woman inside. Standard domestic call procedure. But you can feel Jackson's vibe shift instantly. He's not shouting yet, but that wall is going up fast.
Near Mariano Street.
No, stop! Put it down! Put it down! Put it down! Put it down!
I'm gonna call you back.
Step back! I'm gonna take you! Stop! Stop resisting! Or I'm gonna take you! Stop!
Hey, quit resisting.
Stop resisting!
Quit resisting.
Stop resisting! I'm gonna take you! Stop resisting! I'm gonna take you!
Anyone that responding from the station.
This is where things really go south. One officer tries to move past him, and Jackson plants himself right in the doorway. No way they're getting inside without a fight. And when they say they need to check up on her, Jackson isn't just refusing, he's arguing like his life depends on it. At this point, the officers know this isn't staying calm for long.
Stop resisting!
I am, bro.
This whole thing on camera, guys. You guys did not.
Y'all just paid me.
I have this whole thing on camera.
Right on cue, Jackson gets physical. It happens fast. You hear him shout. And that's when the wrestling match starts. Except Jackson's built like a walking skyscraper. And these officers are not winning a strength contest.
Stop right now!
You will break my arm, bro.
Stop with his arm like that, bro!
2189.
Bring your right arm to your back.
Bro,
Bring your right arm!
just be quiet.
Nigga, this is my crib.
What are you guys doing?
I'm getting arrested for being at
Give me
my
your
own
arm.
house. Look at all the blood and shit y'all doing to me, bro. What the fuck? Yo, hey, get all their bad charges. They are going to jail. Get their bad charges. Get their fucking bad charges. Get out.
It's full contact now. Jackson's pushing, twisting, shoving, and the officers are yelling that the whole thing is on camera. Finally, they've had enough. Out comes the taser. You hear the pop, and the big man goes down. Even 6'11" can't beat 50,000 volts. Jackson's on the ground, still yelling, and honestly, you can tell the officers are over it. There's no glory in this. It's not some tactical takedown. It's just messy, stupid fight that Jackson absolutely could have avoided. Let's be real. If Jackson had just stepped aside and let them check on his girlfriend, this whole thing would have taken 5 minutes. Instead, he turned it into a full-on taser takedown, right there in his own driveway. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you are an NBA player, a plumber, or the president. If you start shoving cops and screaming about being broke while they're trying to check on someone's safety, you're getting tackled and tased. Jackson's lucky nobody got seriously injured, but what's not so lucky is how this video ended up all over sports blogs, turning a Pelicans player into a punchline. From welfare checks to domestic calls, these stories prove one thing: even the most gifted athletes can end up on the wrong side of a police report. And when that happens, the only stat that matters is guilty or not guilty. Until we meet again, remember to stay safe and keep informed.